I'm on a quest to read every Star Wars novel ever written, because to engage with and consume new ideas and fresh perspectives is the key to a compassionate and expansive mind. And also because lasers are cool. Today I'm talking about the newest book in the Star Wars canon, Reign of the Empire: The Mask of Fear by Alexander Freed. The first in a new trilogy set between episodes 3 and 4, this book follows Mon Mothma, Bail Organa, and Saw Gerrera in the wake of the Republic's reorganization into the Galactic Empire, as they try to find their way forward in this new normal. This book is also sort of a loose tie-in to Andor Season 2. While there isn't a lot that very tangibly connects them, the presence of Mon Mothma and Saw Gerrera link the two, as well as the general themes of the book. Andor is actually a great reference for if you will enjoy this book or not, because it's a heavily political drama. Much of the plot centers around Mon Mothma trying to get a bill passed in the Senate that will limit the newly crowned Emperor's executive powers. She has to win over a majority of the Senate to get her bill to pass, and overall it's a story about compromise. And at what point have you compromised too much? At what point does your righteous purpose fall apart and you become a stranger to your principles? That particular question is given form through Sujen Vaknalis, a separatist assassin who has now outlived the very confederacy he fought for. He's a soldier without a war, following orders given to him by people now dead or reintegrating into the new empire. Sujen goes on an odyssey of personal interrogation as he's forced to compromise on the convictions that led him to fight in the first place, and as he's forced to consider what it is he's fighting for. A confederacy that doesn't exist, freedoms that have already been lost, a home that... Spoilers. Freed's penchant for writing morally complex characters shines in this book as well as ever, and while Sujen was, in my opinion, the real standout, I also really liked Haki, the Imperial intelligence agent that's investigating Bail Organa. Bail spends the book trying to find evidence that would disprove Palpatine's claims that the Jedi were traitors. For the memory of his friends, as well as for the safety of his daughter Leia, Bail wants to prove that some of the evidence that Palpatine has presented was in fact forged. That is, unfortunately, one of those storylines that we know is doomed to failure. But I liked it anyways. I'm glad that it's established that someone tried to bring light to Palpatine's lies, and Bail is the perfect choice for it, both for the protection of his daughter, as well as his relationship with Padme. I have two things to say about Bail's characterization in this book. The first is that there are times where it portrays him as almost naive and lacking the political savvy of Mon Mothma, and I don't know that that feels true to his character. Bail is a veteran of the Senate and has never misunderstood the gravity of his position before. The second, however, is that he's also portrayed to be bold and fearless and unwilling to be quiet about something that he believes to be true, which kind of goes hand in hand with the first matter. And that not only feels like a great fit for Bail, it also is very satisfying to me because it means the apple plopped straight down to Leia. He may not be her literal father, but she is absolutely his daughter. Lastly, and though I don't want to get too much into this book feels intensely relevant to modern times. Discussions about the cost of democracy and fighting for justice while holding true to your ideals. I know it's not true, but several times I thought it feels as though Freed must have started writing this in November. His work continues to be excellent, and this book is well worth a read. I give this an 8 out of 10.